G'day folks, Juno back again with another video here. We're back on the hardcore train. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you're enjoying, Wrath or whatever you're doing. But we've got a little return here to hardcore. The last tournament we did was a great success, so I'm hoping this one's going to be as big or bigger. We've got plenty of time to plan for it. Now I know schedules can be tricky for people. Everyone's got stuff going on, whether it's in-game or out of game. But we've got about a month's notice here, lads. So get clearance from the wife, get a babysitter for the kids, quit your job, whatever you need to do, but be ready to go here for this leveling tournament. Now I'm going to run quickly through the rules with you. For people who don't know what hardcore is, I'll include a link down in the notes here below, where it will include a link to the hardcore website. It's probably the best way to start, which is, if you've never heard of this before, check out the Classic HD website, and you will see, hit the get started button, and you will see a video and a whole bunch of the rules and everything. At its core, it is a one life challenge, so no deaths, no trading, no auction house, etc. But check the link for the full rules. For those of you who have joined us before or are very familiar with the challenge, I will just run through the particular rules for this leveling tournament that we're going to do. Okay, so the date, let's start from the top here. December the 17th, 2022. So that's about a month from now. If you're watching the video whenever it's just launched. For everyone else, it's a date, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, that's the primary time you're going for. That's server time. That's going to be 3 p.m. for those on the West Coast. It's very difficult to get a time that suits everybody. I know it's going to be tricky for people. There's dinner and other considerations, but it's difficult to get something that matches for everybody. If you are in Europe, it's even worse. My apologies. You will be starting the event at 11 p.m. Okay, so you're not going to get much sleep for our European friends. It sucks, but it is what it is. Oceanic, it's more like 9. What have we got here? It's going to be, so East Coast of Australia, which is where I am, is going to be 9 p.m. 9 a.m. start in the morning on Sunday. And for our West Coast friends, Elenia, it's going to be a 7 a.m. start. So I guess with daylight savings, it's slightly better. But yeah, it's an early morning Sunday start for me and our Aussie friends. All right, but keep those time zones in mind. You can figure it out for yourselves as well. Last time we did Alliance only. This time is Horde side only. It's only fair. We are doing it on the Bloodsail Buccaneers era server. So this is Classic, lads. This is not Wrath. We are doing this in Classic. I'm happy to discuss Wrath down the track, but this will balance out the first one we did. For those who were around for the last one, you'll remember it was a level 10 start. It worked really well. Everybody's done the 1 to 10 grind a lot, so it's good to have something a little bit different. Alright, so level 10 start. Solo only, no duo, no trio. Normal hardcore rules apply, so use the add-on. I might include a link for that down. I don't know. Either way, if you've got difficulty getting hold of the add-on, let me know. It should all be on the website. Definitely use the add-on. Make sure your add-ons are updated. You probably some people got to reinstall Classic. You guys can handle all of that stuff, right? You don't need me to tell you. Synchronized start. This was something that we did, which I think was a little bit different than a lot of other tourneys and everything. Last time we were in the war room in Stormwind Keep. This time being Horde side, we're going to be in Orgrimmar, essentially where Thrall is in the Valley of Wisdom in his little house there. Now, the reason for that is it's a bit of fun. I mean, everybody's together. It's to create a bit of a vibe at the start. And, hearthing out is allowed. People to, you set your hearthstone wherever you want. Got no problem with that. But anybody who wants to run out, then great, you can as well. It always just makes for a really fun time there at the start. Quest log must be empty. I'm sure you guys can understand this. We don't want people to be starting the tournament and have a whole bunch of completed quests and everything that as soon as the tournament begins, they can hand those in. We don't want that. So I want to see quest logs empty, you know, and for people to be, you know, showing that on stream when you start, or off the honor system. You know, I trust that people are mature enough, you know, to understand what we're doing here. It's all of this is on the honor system, really. Now, in regards to level 10 start, I should have talked about this before. You want to aim to be as close to level 10 as you can. Don't level far into level 10. We're happy to have, say, a two bubble, you know, window that you're allowed to be into. Don't try to max that out to the very end to be, you know, 2 bubbles into 10. It's more so that's your little buffer. If there is a close finish, that the amount of XP will be recorded. So it's more so the experience you get during the event. So don't think that you're getting a little head start by pushing up as much as you can off that 2 bubble barrier. Just get to level 10, go park your character, okay? Now, rested is something that we can't control. We can't say to people to not have rest experience, especially being a month out. So we're going to assume that everybody will have maximum rested. So I would advise people, get your character done as soon as you can and park it. I think you need about 10 days to get maximum rested experience. So I'm going to assume that everybody has that. Don't leave this to the last minute. Get your character made, park it in rested, okay? Big difference from last time. We are allowing professions, all professions, primary and secondary. So it's kind of a choose your own adventure thing. Some people are going to probably get quite preppy with this deal. Profession switching and all kinds of craziness. 24 hours of fishing before the event, whatever. That's up to them. I don't think it's going to be a huge advantage to where it's going to break the game for people who don't do it. But I think it adds a little more spice, a little more flavor for those who do want to do it. And maybe for those people, it might give them a tiny bit of an edge to close the gap on some of the speedrunners, which, you know, always do well in these kind of things. But don't feel you need to do it, because again, anything can happen in hardcore. You can get someone who went super crazy on professions and everything, and then they end up dying. So don't feel you need to do it. Choose your own adventure. Put in as much as you like. Remember, it's for a 5-hour tournament. However, there's nothing in this tournament that's going to stop you from playing that character afterwards. So if you survive the event, you can continue leveling and try and get all the way to 60. So maybe keep the professions in mind on that basis if you do have the intention to level this character after the event, you know, or potentially for future events that we might do with a higher starting time, higher starting levels. So keep that in mind. Okay. Register with the Google form. There is a link here to the Google form. It's very basic. Register with the Google form. Join the HC Tourney Guild. I've set the guild up, or well, actually, I'm doing signatures at the moment. The guild will be set up very, very soon. Probably by the time this video goes out, so don't stress. Get your character ready. We'll figure it out through the Discord to get invites and everything out. It's no big deal. That can be done on the, you know, pretty much just prior to the event anyway. If you're in the room there, we'll get you into the guild. The reason for being in the guild is it's a good way for me to be able to keep track of levels during the event, people who are alive and people who are not. So if you die, you know, G quit, so that we can see who's still in the event or not. It just makes it a bit easier for people who are not streaming. Okay. Which, on that note, I should mention that if streaming is not necessarily a requirement for this, if you want to have a valid run and be validated at the end of it, then at least take some precautions. Make sure you're using the add-on. You know, either locally record or take, if you think you're going to be a real contender, take some screenshots or whatever, and or at least locally record it. Figure something out there. But you don't have to stream it. Streaming obviously does add to this. It's good to be able to drop in and see as many people as we can and see what you're up to. Don't feel you need to have a camera on if you're shy or whatever. seriously, don't worry about it. You don't have to have a camera on. It's really not a big deal. It's just you know, sharing your screen there on Twitch. So yeah, use the Google form to register. Join the HC Guild. There is a link below for the for a Discord invite into the People of Azeroth Discord, which is where we run the hardcore. You know, we've got hardcore channels and stuff in here, particularly for the event. Now that's optional. Don't feel like you need to. It's absolutely optional. This will be run also through the official Classic Hardcore channel as well. I'm not on the, you know, leadership team for that deal, but I always you know, speak to those guys, so we're all above board and everything, and there'll be an announcement there. But yeah, feel free to join the PoA Discord, but again, entirely optional. Use the Google form to register. What else we got here? Winner gets, yeah, essentially it's bragging rights. There's no prize money or anything for this. This is just literally for fun. This is completely non-monetized. All right, there's no sponsors. There's nothing like that. So don't expect a fucking payout. All right, this is for fun, for community, for enjoyment, for love of the game. We'll probably try and drop some Twitch subs if the, you know, for first and second place, whoever's streaming. We'll definitely drop some love into those channels. Okay. On top of that, I will be casting it, but don't you know, feel the need to subscribe or anything to me. I don't stream enough for it. It will be a waste. If you're going to drop some love on people, you know, subscribe to the entrance, whatever, or bits or whatever you want to do, but don't do anything for me. I'm not trying to get subs or anything out of this deal. But, you know, let's give some support to those people who are entering, because that's going to be the content. Check the YouTube video for more info, so that's what you're watching now. I think that pretty well covers it. I tried to keep the video short. Probably ran a little longer than I would have liked. Probably talked about things I shouldn't have. But I hope this answers some questions, adds a little more info and a bit more in-depth conversation about some of these rules and things. I think it's important to, even though it's a basic rule set, I think it's important to go over some of those things to make sure that we're all 100% on the same page and that we get an equal playing field here. So thanks for watching, lads and ladies, and I will see you on December the 17th. Let's go.